I was on the run for shooting somebody, and Dee and them still chose to motherfucking sign me and embrace me.
Look, I'm a with him. I can't.
You know what? Look, he want to laugh, right? You hear me? Look, he always want to laugh, right? Because I told the deal. I told my first deal. I told him it was for $10,000 in a bag of guns, right?
He didn't get stabbed.
Man, shut the f up with that shit.
Okay.
Romans, Willis, that's a point you get movies with. Oh,
That's my video. Yes, I want you to out my
Start it off, Murda. Let's get to this shit. We ain't gonna fuck around.
Let's go.
Tell me what I can say, what I can't say.
Close that door. Man, you can say what the fuck you want, D.
You can say whatever you want, man.
You can say what you want.
Don't worry about that. You know, I'm good. I beat a lot of cases to the feds. Most of my cases I did, most of the time I did already, so I already did the time. So
you did the time?
Yeah,
Nothing to the statute of limitation.
D, talk about that, man. Let's starting the show different, no intro.
Yeah.
We got Ruff Ryders.
We got D from Ruff Ryders in this motherfucker. You heard legend.
Make some noise, yo.
Look,
Make
nigga,
some
you
noise.
already know, babe. We in the building, man. I only come. Let me tell you how this shit go for real, Murda. This is what I really want to tell you.
Let's go. Talk to me,
gotta
D.
waste no time. I don't even like f***ing around with that ain't been arrested before. At least I know we crossed. I mean, it's on the upcoming, and that's just part of the hood.
Yeah, you better believe it.
Why you say that?
I mean, because niggas can't relate to you. You know, a lot of niggas be stunting in front. They ain't gonna do nothing. All the shit they talking about.
They be capping, man. Straight front.
I mean, I look at all the podcasts and I'm good with it. But I know a lot of niggas ain't gonna do half of it. They say, or they didn't do it.
Definitely.
I could ride with that. I could roll with that. But I'm good with it because you get your money how you get it. I prayed for a lot of technically. I was hoping God did come up with something other than selling crack and dope, because that was the only way you was getting it back then.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So we came up with music and it was more like a blessing.
Right.
Definitely.
So I was hoping like something this would take place, because there wasn't no other way to get money for us in the hood unless we was outside on the block and getting chased with cops and all type of bullshit every day. So this is a blessing for us all, technically.
So tell the YNs that don't know, because Ruff Ryders is one of the biggest labels ever created. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest brands ever. DMX, Swiss Beats, Eve, the LOX. The list goes on and on for hits that came out of Ruff Ryders. Uncle Murda also.
Murda too.
Whoa, definitely, man. Definitely.
My bad, Murda.
Definitely. Come on, man.
I couldn't really get him running like I wanted to.
I was on the run. I was on the run for shooting somebody, and D and them still chose to motherfucking sign me and embrace me.
Look, I'm gonna fuck with him. I can't not fuck with him.
You know what? Look, he want to laugh, right? You hear me? Look, he always want to laugh, right? Because I told the deal. My first deal, I told him it was for $10,000 in a bag of guns, right? I always want to laugh when I said it, right? I tried to tell him. I said, do you know how official that is? Like, a nigga on the run, right? And I go holler at D, and I let him know my situation. I'm like, yo, look, D. First of all, we go to High 97. Shout out to my Uncle Pete, because I'm on the run. We hear the LOX on the radio. I'm like, yo, damn, if anybody can relate to the shit I'm going through, it got to be Ruff Ryders and the LOX, the shit they was talking. I'm like, it got to be them. So we go to the radio station. I spit some shit for D and them. I catch them as soon as they coming outside the flex. I spit some shit for D and them. Styles P grabbed me like, oh, damn, this nigga the truth. D like, I'm fucking with this nigga. D put me in the van. He like, so what's going on with you? I'm like, well, I got a little situation, D. I'm like, yo, I'm on the run for shooting somebody, man. But and D was like, nothing to him. So what you think the nigga gonna tell? I'm like, well, he shoot people too. I'm like, so he shouldn't actually tell when he get better, but he just thought he was gonna die at the time. D like, well, all right, fuck it, then we rolling. Come on, you rolling with me. Just kept me rolling with him. And at that time, I was just young. I was in the studio watching DMX, Eve, and the LOX and all them just working. D used to just have me around. So that was just to get 100%. To that, because he always tried to laugh about me getting 10 bands and guns.
That was more of a loan.
Yeah, it was a loan. It was a loan.
It's 10 grand and
labels
some guns.
Nobody doing that if a nigga's on the run. You already a risk. You're on the run from the police.
But they real niggas. They ain't regular. Him and his brother, they not regular execs.
Salute to my nigga Y too. Salute to Y
too. Explain to people where you from and how Ruff Ryders, the empire, started.
Look, I'm from the hood like everybody else is from the hood. But like I always tell people, you know, everybody from the hood, but that don't mean you from the hood. You might have lived in the hood. Right. You ain't did nothing in the hood. Definitely. I don't know you for nothing in the hood. You lived in that building, that's it. As far as me knowing you did anything, don't make it look like you active out here. You ain't did nothing. You live in that building, I could co-sign that. you ain't coming out that building unless you're going down the block.
You better believe it.
I know you live
better
here.
believe
I ain't
it.
saying you don't live here, but I know you ain't doing nothing of it but living. In and out. You ain't standing there. You ain't out
You
here
ain't
with us.
putting in no pay.
No
brother.
type of work. So, you know, that's just a part of what you got to go through when you grow up. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we chose it. It's just what it is. If wherever we move or wherever we put at, that's where we got to survive at. You know, so that's just a part of the everyday living. And, you know, you're not there because you want to be there. You're there because you have to be there.
Definitely.
Which means for the youth, now you got to figure out how you're going to work your way to get out of there.
Right.
You know, you stuck. We wasn't asked to be put in this building. Your mother and father put you in that building. I don't know nothing about where I'm at. I'm just here. And you get out there, you 3 niggas get shot on the block and it ain't got nothing to do with you, but you there. You know?
Definitely. Definitely.
I didn't ask to move here. So, you know, I was in that type of situation growing up too, because I know, you know, it's either, what does it say? Either kill or be killed. That's what it's going to be.
Right.
They explain, they showing it every day when you come outside. You see what you're going through. So, you know, you got to take, you're either going to adapt or get ran up out of there every day. So, you know, I just probably caught my first bid probably like when I was about 15, probably just turning 16, caught a bid. I think it was a robbery. And we got caught, whatever it was. All them niggas told. And I got caught because they came to my crib because I had the hammer. But we wound up doing a little light bid and getting out of that. But that's just all for you to know that that's not what you want to do, because everybody go through it, but you got a talent. You just got to know what it is and tap into it. You know what I'm saying? Because if anybody I'm probably the worst of the worst.
Oh, I be knowing.
The worst of the worst. Like, and I come from, see, a lot of people did it like this. When I was out in the street, I didn't even really hustle where I was from. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't hustle. My block. I didn't hustle because you good on your block. You good at that. I used to go out of town to hustle. So when you go out of town, know that you gotta know everybody hate New York niggas on.
Of course.
You know, we just the most hated for whatever. We ain't did shit to nobody, but I guess it's our swag, our style, and whatever it is, and we fucking a lot of the bitches. So that's gonna cause a lot of conflict.
Where you went out of town? Because I know Brooklyn niggas go to like Binghamton, and I'm from Queens. We go, every Queens nigga, me, 50, we went to Pennsylvania. That's where we was at.
PA,
yeah, PA was our
PA
spot.
was money.
For us,
we go
upstate,
anywhere.
Schenectady, Albany, that's where Brooklyn we go.
I thought Binghamton, y'all Brooklyn niggas go.
We probably, I done went to so many different, I was in Connecticut, I was in motherfucking North Carolina, I was in DC, 14th and W, I had to be on 14th and W. But that ain't where I really got the money at. When I really got the money, see, because you got to know DC and Baltimore is close. So I went there, and then we wound up in Baltimore. So I probably been there the longest. So I probably got the most done there. So, you know, that's like my second home. Out of all the places I went, I ain't stayed long, but there I probably stayed the longest, and I got the most out of that area. So, you know, that's more like where I'm from technically. If I ain't from New York, I'm from Baltimore.
Got you.
And they display they work real quick.
Definitely. We already know. Be more handle their business. Definitely. Shout out to Be More.
Business?
Shout out to my boy YG Tech. That's my guy.
They got the mayor cleaning it up a little bit out there now. Shout out to him, the black young mayor.
Yeah, they doing the right thing, you know, but you couldn't, I think, let me tell you, I was in the halfway house, right? So I was just finishing a Fed bid. So I had a Fed bid, so I did it, boom. So I'm getting ready to come up, but I'm in the halfway house, but I'm in Brooklyn. My halfway house was in Brooklyn, somewhere in Brooklyn, so I was over there. So I used to get out on the weekend. They used to let me come out, and my niggas would be like, yo, what's up? I'd be like, yeah. They'd be like, yo, I got a spot. I'd be like, nigga, where's that? I'm in the halfway house. I said, nigga, when I get out on the weekend, take me shoot straight there. We're going to shoot straight there, and we're going to come right back. Nigga shot us over there, went over there, checked, said, okay, this is where the money's at. So that's how I wound up going over there, because one of my main guys, he was home. He took me over there, and there was money over there, you know? So there's always money in different places other than here, because what we giving you is the dime, them niggas is paying $20 for it. So we doubling up, you know what I'm saying? That's how you get to the money, if it's moving like that. So, you know, and then when you go through all them things in your life, it's called survival. When we're young, we in survival mode, because we fucked up, we ain't got no money, your mom's pops ain't got no money, everybody's, you know, you're just trying to figure it out. So I thought in my life, in my age, I said, you know, I knew at a point I had to take a risk. It was either take the risk or else you're going to starve and be broke and y'all going to be fucked up, and that's going to be the end of that. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to have to take the hit. whatever the hit gonna be. I don't know what it's gonna be exactly, but it's gonna be a hit.
Definitely.
So in your mind, as long as you tell your mind that you're willing to deal with whatever gonna go wrong or right, then you good. When you start talking this stupid shit like this, well, I ain't trying to go to jail, nigga, then why you in this car?
Don't start talking that shit.
Don't start talking that
Don't start talking that.
Get out the car.
Get the fuck out the car like Trey, nigga. You ain't lying.
I ain't trying to go to jail. Then why you in this car, nigga? You don't need to be in this pullover. Let that nigga out. He already told you. That's just a sign of saying, nigga, I'm telling.
Right.
That's all you got to say. Let the car, let him out. You ain't got to stay in the car. Get out. You know what I'm saying?
Real shit, though.
You know, that's when you come up. You got to know all the signs. If you're not willing to go to jail, you're not willing to do whatever you got to do to keep yourself alive, then you don't need to play with them streets. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was back in the day when I was out there. But now it's so many different avenues and so many other things that we could do to make the same amount of money, even more money than you was making outside on the street.
You better believe it.
So how did that hustle turn to Ruff Ryders? Because for people that don't know about the beginning, everybody know about Ruff Ryders, one of the biggest brands out of New York City. You know what I'm saying? Legendary. You know what I'm saying? Yep. How did that start?
Well, what happened was we was hustling, but my brother was he was on another side. I was on the other side. He wound up getting DMX and getting into the music, and I don't know if he was around there. Was you around?
I was not there. Not that early, nah.
So he wound up getting X, and I'm still outside doing what I'm doing, and he was like, "Yo, boom, boom, yo, I think we should." I was like, "All right, you know, it sounds good, but you go ahead and I'll figure it out as we go." So what happened was, I said, "You know what? Fuck it, let me go because I'm getting hot." You know, I probably just got arrested a couple of more times. The feds on me heels, so they fucking with me every day. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna have to try something else because you gotta know when to say, you gotta switch it because you see that you're getting ready to go to jail or else. So I was like, fuck it, let me just try something different. But my brother and them was already playing with it a little bit.
Okay.
So I just came back and was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go over here and focus on this. So when I got into it, I was just learning the business because I don't know nothing about music other than but listening to the shit. I hear the music and that's all I know, but I wound up eventually knowing it and understanding it, and then I figured it out, and then I just started doing albums, you know what I'm saying? Like I just probably did like 15 albums in 8 years. So
look at that.
I was on top of it after I focused, see, because what you could do is, if you are hustling, you're outside hustling, you use that same hustler formula and put it to the positive. Same grind, but doing something positive. So I just kept doing albums. I was doing albums like clockwork. And I was just hustling, but it was the same hustle. Like if I was outside on my block, I was hustling 24 hours. You come in, I got the day shift, he got the night. We just keep on moving. That was the same mentality that I brought to the music. So that's how I was able to knock out all them albums.
It's funny quick. You say that, right? Because we was talking about this not too long ago. Yeah, me, you and 50, matter of fact, the year with DMX dropped 2 albums. And that was like kind of unheard of. Back then. And both of them since did numbers. Like,
yeah, because he went,
what was that
DMX
process?
Went diamond.
Yeah, he went crazy that year with both them albums.
And did another 5 million. But let me tell you the trick with X, because I ain't tell nobody this one, but this is the one. This is the crazy part. So he used to be on my block when I hustled in Baltimore. So I got him with me, you know, he doing what he do. He ain't really hustling, he just on the block. I got to keep him with me so he don't crash out. So I said, all right, fucking cool. So one day I'm talking to the nigga and I'm like, so you remember when we put that thing over there about a couple, he said, you talking about what's the name? I said, yeah, the other thing, you remember? He said, yeah. I said, then that was like 3 years ago. You remember that? He said, yeah, I remember that. I said, oh, okay. Then I figured out, this is the crazy part. He got a selective memory, meaning he can't forget. When he do something, he cannot forget. So I said, all right, cool. So every day he used to come on my block, I used to be like, here, every rhyme you give me, I give you $100. I give him $100, I give him $100. So time go by, he wound up got all around. So every rhyme he ever knew, he didn't have to write it. I just knew if you could say 3 bars, he gonna be like, oh, I remember that rhyme. He go right in there and say it. So I had 20 songs already done. So that's how I was able to do the 2 albums because he already had them in his head. He don't forget the rhymes.
Look at that.
I already had the songs.
Look at that.
That was it.
Damn, look at that. Rest in peace to the great DMX.
DMX, man, come on. He went, not too many artists went diamond in their career, bro. It's a handful.
I told one time I was on set, I don't know if you remember, and you actually asked DMX to cry one time. You was just to show me. And he was so dope with that acting shit. He cried like this, like nothing. Cried, real talk.
And God bless the dead, rest in peace, DMX. He was a great actor.
Great actor.
That's
great
crazy.
actor.
He was so
Definitely.
talented, man.
Definitely.
He was really in the studio with pit bulls and shit like that?
Yeah, he
you was in there? Because
yeah,
I want to be in studio with 8 pit bulls in that motherfucker.
You know, that nigga, when he first was, when he was with us at the beginning, he respect us a little differently, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, but you could bring a dog, because my brother loved dogs too, so they got 10 dogs. He got 5 over there. All these niggas fucking with these dogs. I'm not a dog lover, you know. I'll be like, let me know, I'll shoot the dog.
This the dog. Yeah, I'm not a dog lover. This the dog lover guy over here. Look at him. Yeah, he's a dog lover.
Them niggas got 200 dogs in there. I'm like, yo, y'all niggas. I said, you know what? My brother and I be like, you know what? Don't even worry about that. You know, let me hold one of them dogs right quick. This nigga owes some money. Bring him over here. Put him over here. That's how I was using the dog, nigga. I'm gonna get the money out of this nigga. He's talking all this bullshit.
Definitely.
Yeah, because when you look at DMX, it was more of a lifestyle when he dropped.
Definitely.
Get at me, dog. You niggas want to be killers? Get at me, dog. He had the dogs. He's barking.
He was a dog lover too.
Yeah, I'm a dog. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So he and then how did it get into the motorbikes? Because then it turned into like a worldwide thing, Ruff Ryders. Like
That's
motherfuckers was riding in London repping Ruff Ryders. Motherfuckers was in Finland, all over the world repping Ruff Ryders on the bikes now.
Yep, it got the we had chapters. It was called chapters. So we wound up getting chapters in all different places. Like everywhere we got California, we got Chicago. Everywhere we go, we got bike niggas
y'all always had crews everywhere.
Everywhere you go, so it's chapters everywhere. And everywhere we go somewhere, they pull up. You know what I'm saying? So if you see the craziest funeral I ever seen was X's funeral. They had about 2,000 niggas out there on bikes, and they came to, you know, to
pay their respects.
Pay
definitely
respect for X. But yeah, he probably one of the craziest. Because we had ran from up Yonkers, and we rode all the way down to Brooklyn to bring it. That's where his funeral was at. So we drove but we started in Yonkers and drove all the way down. So we probably had like 2,000 bikes, 3,000, maybe more.
Yeah, definitely. It was a movie. You had the coffin in the monster truck.
Yeah. You see how we put the coffin in the sky?
Facts.
I'm going to get you up there before you even get there.
You're right. My brother.
I'm going to get you up there before you even get
Before the
there.
time, let's get it. You're ready. You're ready.
You know, because we always have this debate, right? We always talk about like Jay-Z was good, had like a good image. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, DMX was like outselling like Jay-Z on Def Jam. Because, you know, he's on Def Jam, but DMX was kind of like a big artist when you really think. He went diamond.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but Jay-Z always had that like mystique of I'm the boss, so I look good over here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not taking that from, they all legends. But
definitely.
A lot of people don't realize DMX went diamond.
You know, DMX was that dude at that time and that era. He was coming up. Jay was just making it look good. The CEO doing things like that, so he made it look good. You know what I mean? So, but X was talking that shit.
X was different than everybody else though. He wasn't a drug dealer. He was just a wild nigga. He wasn't like drug dealer talk. He wasn't pretty boy talk. But he could do. But he had shit for the ladies.
Them stories.
Yeah.
X was a robber too.
No, he was.
X was a robber.
He was a robber.
X was a robber.
Yeah.
I used to be around. I heard stories. X would just be chilling with a motherfucker and rob him. Like, yo, this nigga X just robbed somebody. Like, I heard about that. X used to be a robber. You know?
And then seeing how he performed in Belly, you know, come on, Belly is like that's
classic.
Classic.
That's that's classic TV.
That.
Classic.
But you know what the craziest part, and I got to give it to Hov because you know, me and Hov was good. You know,
he always shouted you out. He always saluted you. I noticed that too. Always.
That's my guy, and this is the craziest part. And never forget this because this is the most solidest shit you could do ever. So he was rapping, and they was always compatible to each other. They were
talking about the Jay-Z and DMX battle, that legendary battle that people talk about. Yes, go ahead.
But what happened was, me and Jay had a rapport. Like him and X probably had, but I had a good rapport with Jay, so I fucked with him. So X was at Def Jam, but then he became the president at Def Jam. Hov was up there running the show. So X was in the hole over there for about a good 8 million at least. So I was like, all right, cool. So shit wasn't working with it, but he wound up being the president. So I went back in and I was like, yo, hold, let me holler at you for a minute. So me and him, we got a good relationship. He was like, what's up? I said, you know what? This ain't working out for him. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see if we could switch and move him somewhere else so we can get him from over here because he don't really feel like comfortable here.
At Def Jam at that point.
He didn't want to be at Def Jam at that point. So we talk back and forth from back and forth, but you can't really go because wherever you go, you all this money, you still owe this money.
You still owe that $8 million, definitely.
That nigga wiped the whole shit out. He ain't had to pay nothing and let him go. Straight like that.
That's
straight like that.
Gotta salute that, definitely.
That
definitely.
right there, that was probably 20 years ago, but I remember that. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta always say, I gotta give him that because it could have went a different way if he didn't just say, all right, go ahead, man. Fuck it. Do what you got to do.
Definitely.
So I always respected Hov for that because not too many people knew that but me because me and him made that. We was just talking one-on-one. He did that kind of like a favor for me and it went through the X. So it helped him out as well because he could have said, nah, the white, the other niggas over there, they don't give a fuck. They you staying here until you pay. He was like,
definitely.
He figured it out and he wiped it out and let him go. However he did it, I don't know.
It's crazy because y'all had a roster. Like, talk about how the fuck y'all got Eve. Because at that point, who we had? We had Little Kim, we had Foxy, and it was just at that point I would say it's Eve.
Yeah, Little Kim, Foxy, and Eve at that time.
That time right there was like those were the top three at that point.
100%.
So she was from Philly, right?
Yeah, Eve was from Philly.
So how'd y'all find her?
You know what? I think Mark Byers was her manager, which was a good friend of somebody. But X had ran into Eve, I think, in California in the studio or something.
Right.
And he was like, boom, boom, boom. And Dre had her. Okay. Dr. Dre had her at that time.
Oh, wow.
So she was signed to Dre and them. So boom, boom, while they got him. And then he came back and told me, yo, I got this girl, blah, 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 blah. I was like, all right, well, let me. I said, fucking fly in. So I flew in and she came in. I was like, well, she good. We can work with her. And then she was signed to Dre. So we wound up figuring out how to finagle it. Jimmy Iovine, we went through it, and he was like, all right, fuck it, y'all can take her. We did a deal with him, but he gave us Eve. And we had a deal with Interscope.
Interscope,
okay. It was, Ruff Ryders was through Interscope.
Yeah, but he still was with him. So it's like he said, fuck it, y'all. Dre couldn't do nothing with it. He didn't know how to work it. So he's like, hey.
Well, you know how Dre is. You could do a whole 2 albums with Dre, and that shit might not come out with Dre. Man.
Yeah, Dre's real picky on this shit. I'm not feeling it today.
Definitely.
Forget about all that. Just come back another year. So he's just a different type of, but we was able to break her. So they gave it to us, and right at that time we had a little momentum, and we just put it in, and she worked.
And I felt like back then, like the female rap had a little more substance too. Right. Like Foxy, Kim, and Eve had albums for me.
Well, you know what I mean? Had to really be talking that shit back then too to even make it, even get kind of known. You had to really.
The hook had to be. Remember Eve had "Who's That Girl?"
Yeah, definitely.
Da, na, 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 na. That was a hit.
Gwen Stefani shit that took her to a whole nother level with that Gwen Stefani shit. That crossed the over.
That crossed the over.
That was the guitar went down.
I think it was something like that.
She's talking about domestic violence.
Yeah,
that was it. I know what you're talking about. I know what records you're talking about.
We shot that on Dykeman, man. I remember that. We shot that. That was the domestic violence.
Yeah, Eve had a whole different style. She had the short hair.
Yeah.
Nice looking girl. Tattoos. Had the paws. Remember that's what a lot of people bit that tattoo too. The pause.
Right here.
The pause. The pause. Yeah, that's a fact.
A lot of girls started doing that.
That's a fact.
Because you got it. Those were the 3 goats: Foxy, Kim, and I would say Eve.
Yep, those were
at that point.
And at that time right there, everybody, you gotta have when you got a squad, you gotta break it up with one girl. Just if you got a team, you gotta put a girl there. That's gonna break it up. So it feels good if I gotta put 2 verses here, I put her right in the middle and break it up. Then the other people can come back after that.
How was it dealing with all those personalities? Because I always thought that back in the days, like you got DMX, you got Eve, you got the LOX. Like, how do you deal with all those personalities?
Well, what it was is that with the artists I had, it was like I was Adam, like they was like little brothers to me. So I was already taking care of them, boom, boom, boom. We was already, they had shit. I was giving them things. You didn't have to sell them record, but I was with them. I used to take them to school sometimes. Right. Come pick them up and take them wherever and make sure they're good and give them whatever, throw them a bunch of sneakers, all that type of stuff. From the washing machine one,
Washing machine. I like that one. That's the new one right there.
You know that.
Washing machine money, man. Laundry mats.
The laundry mat.
We had a lot of laundry mats.
Laundry mat.
Laundry mat.
Of course.
But they was already all right. And I always just to make sure they was all right, you know, to make sure that they be able to go the other direction, not the direction we had to go through. So the goal is for us to go through it so they don't have to go through it.
Right.
So if you're not doing that, then you're defeating the purpose. So I was good with it because when I sat back and looked, all the artists, my nephew, Swiss, Kiss, Eve, all of them, I was able to point them in that direction.
Right.
Not take them over here. You know, if you want to come, you could come, though. You know, when Pump Fake, I tell Swiss, all right, get in the car then, nigga.
Right.
We're going to get to it then.
No, Swiss was with the shit too.
He was with the shit.
Because I remember one time we was in the studio, somebody owed Swiss some money. Shout out to my guy, E in the building too. E in the building. I remember somebody owed Swiss some money and he had an unfortunate trip in the basement in the Ruff Ryders studio. You know what I mean?
The lights ain't on.
The lights wasn't on. Shout out to Swiss. The lights wasn't on.
The lights wasn't on, you know?
Yeah, he got done dirty in that basement. Things happen.
Things happen. You know?
Another thing too is, how did you feel for the No More Shiny Suits era when the LOX was leaving Diddy? How did what was that about? And then they came to Ruff Ryders because that was a big switch. But you remember No More Shiny Suits?
Yeah, I remember. It was going down at that time. I remember that.
Yeah, they had, you know, what happened was, because they wouldn't have got out the contract.
Yeah, because Diddy ain't let nobody. Diddy ain't let nobody out.
Forget about that. I don't give a fuck about the shiny suits. I don't care about the shiny.
Puff wasn't trying to let you out no contract.
I don't care what you're doing. But there's the trick. So back to the same thing. It's always kind of like the relationships I had at that time. So I had a rapport with Diddy. And his pops and my pops grew up together. They was best friends. So his pops got in a situation, they murdered him. And my pops grew up with him, so that's his best friend. So my pops like, yo, make sure you know Puff's family. Make sure you look after them, boom, 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 boom. Because he know I'm in the streets. Puff of them is walking the street, but I'm in the street. So I had to make sure, you know, he was all right.
No, of course, definitely.
But he family, so I just always knew that he was family. And he looked out when I knew we needed things as well. So he did no different from him and Hove. I came up with all of them, so they all like family to me, you know what I'm saying? So I just knew that they point you in the right, he was pointing me in the right thing. He helped me out with a lot of things. So, you know, we got to make sure he's good. Even though he's not in the best place right this second, things happen. Shit gonna happen to everybody, but you know, that's where you're gonna see where everybody stand, you know? I can't do nothing about it. He did whatever he do. He's family still to me. I can't do nothing about whatever he
So you made the deal for No More Shiny Suits for them there?
Yeah.
So the Ruff Ryders.
Yeah, we got him off of that, and they got out of the shiny suits. And, you know, we wasn't into the shiny suits. So we just put them in regular Dickies and regular Timbs and do what you do. So that's what kind of helped them get to that point. And I was able to get them so they could be able to, the plan was to be able to do this and be able to do whatever they're going for the rest of their life. So like they doing now, they still relevant and they good. So
still getting money to this day. Facts.
You was in the studio for niggas done started something?
Yeah, I did all the albums, so I was in there for mostly everything. The niggas that started something.
What was the vibe? They always in the studio.
That was that shit.
This is classic. This is classic shit for the culture. I know he wasn't there. I would have asked.
I wasn't there for that.
You know what was in there? This is before nobody had a deal. When I had this song, nobody had a deal.
That's crazy.
Nobody was signed at that point when
nobody had a deal at this time.
Wow, see,
nobody had a
good question, right?
So the crazy part is that we was in the studio. So I used to be in the studio in Yonkers. That's where the LOX and all them from, and X and all them, they from. We had a studio,
right?
So we had the LOX. Who was on it? LOX, Mace
is on that too.
Yeah.
X,
yep.
I think it was all of them right there. The LOX.
Yep.
LOX, it was the LOX, Mace, and X.
Yep. All of them. So they used to just be in the studio, and we wound up doing that song. And I think Grease did that beat. It probably was Grease did that beat, if I'm not mistaken. But we just did that. They was all in, and I think Styles came in with the hook. Look at this Styles or something.
Legendary for that.
Yeah. So it was easy to do.
That is a classic record. Yeah, now I'm gonna ask you. Who you think got the best verse on it?
Who do you think? I can't. Back then
they all smoked that to me, man.
You know, at the end, the best is always the last.
Yeah.
So they saved that. That's how it used to be back then. We'll save the best for last.
That's how you
back in the day.
Because you put last because if I put the best first, they don't gotta listen to nobody else.
Got
put them last. They gotta go through all
that. Yeah. Tell the niggas like a boss. Nah, DMX went crazy.
And you know what a lot of people don't know? A lot of Ruff Ryders artists used to get a lot of me myself get lines from D. D was a real slick talker. So if you just sitting in the studio with D, right, and you just there all day, he gonna say so much shit that you gonna wind up putting one of them lines in your bars. I dead serious. You gonna some shit he say, you gonna put it in your music.
Man, I'm still open. He said nobody was signed when they made that record. I'm thinking about that.
That is crazy.
Because they was sounding mad hungry on that shit.
Yeah, they didn't. Nobody probably had a deal at that time for sure. Like they went to Puff and them and tried to work out over there. It didn't work, so I was able to get them back. So I had to give Puff some money. I think we had to give him like $3 million to get him back. So we wound up giving him $3 million, took him back. But see, for me, they like little brothers to me. So I was always thinking of the future for them. Like, if I got to get them out of their situation so they could do whatever they got to do, so they could be able to live for the rest of their life and do what they're doing now. So one move could fuck them up. So I seen that it's probably not going to work. He probably ain't into them like he should be. He's more into Mace. He was more into Mace at that time.
Got you.
So I was like, fuck it, let me just get them back and try to figure out the next move. And we try to figure out how to break them over here at Interscope. So he wound up, me and Puff was good. So he did me a favor too. It wasn't a little favor, but it was a favor.
It wasn't a little.
It cost something, but it's all good. Yeah, it worked though. It worked.
Yeah,
it worked.
Everybody was spawned on that record. Niggas done started stuff. I mean, you really think about it, Mace and Jada, Styles, She.
They all did their thing.
That was Murda Mace back then.
Yeah.
Murda Mace.
But X last verse, like he said, it was, and the beat changed up and everything.
Right.
The beat changed, so shit started sounding.
Don't come at me with no bullshit.
When I wet shit up that shit like a bullshit. Fuck what you heard. What you hear. Miss Doctor didn't get.
What's harder than what's a hit?
Yeah.
See, if your hardest niggas flip when I start a bunch of shit.
That's crazy. My boy Mind of a Con just did a video from one of the X records, man.
It's so classic, man. Yo, that time in hip hop to me was just so special. Like, I remember me and 50 opening up for you guys for Cash Money and Rivalries.
Was it in Queens?
No, we was on the tour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they was on the tour.
At that point, you ain't know who he was, but
No.
Cash Money and Ruff Ryders was fucking on tour together. I remember being on that tour. We was the opening act when 50 had How to Rob.
Look at that.
So I've been seeing niggas stars, and I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like, just the whole life. Like, niggas, like their tours, that was classical time because wasn't no Instagram. You ain't gonna see DMX unless you see DMX on the stage. You ain't gonna see Styles, Swiss Beats, Eve, nobody unless you see them at the event. It was more exclusively. It was exclusive. Even a record, like niggas done started something. Remember when that shit came out, that album?
Yeah, it was.
And they kept it the last song on the album for purpose. I don't know why. I was like, you would think a nigga would have started the album with that shit.
And it was like when the whole East Coast, West Coast thing was like, so that record just felt like, so it felt dangerous.
Yeah.
It felt dangerous.
It was a good one. It was a good one.
You
know what the crazy is? Because I'm just thinking of a couple of things because I'm here and I got Yayo right here with me. So I remember 50 when he first came. So when 50 first came out, we were a little, as I said. So they bought 50's music to me, and I was in the hood. So they was like, "Yo, boom, boy, I said," I was like, "Let me hear it." And he was like that. So that's when he was dissing.
How to rob.
Yeah, was it How to Rob? He was just dissing everybody, talking crazy about everybody. Was it that one?
With the mad rap?
How to Rob. Yeah, How to Rob. That's How to Rob.
So I'm listening. So I'm like, all right, yeah, that's what's up. And then I sat and thought for myself, oh, he's going a little too hard. We might have to kill a couple of niggas. I said, oh, this nigga going too hard. Let me fall back for 2 seconds.
Listen, he had the mad rapper on it. It was a comical record, How to Rob. But back then, you know how it was. Back then, niggas, like New York, New York wasn't just letting niggas come to New York and get on radio.
Right.
It was like, this was New York.
Yeah.
Nah, New York was totally different back then.
Yeah,
Classic.
Totally different.
Everything was exclusive.
Oh, so they brought you the music on some like, trying to get you
I think, I'm trying to remember the nigga that bought me because he was good with one of my people that was good from out there. I think it was Prince. I'm trying to remember. Was it a kid? It was a Prince, a guy named Prince. Somebody, forgot the nigga name, but he bought it to my man in the hood and was like, yo, here, boom. And he was talking about 50. I was like, all right, and then he was talking crazy, and I was like, nah, we're gonna wind up killing niggas. I'm gonna pass on this one.
It's gonna be too much drama.
I already know where we was getting ready to
Definitely,
do. So,
definitely.
Out of Rob, niggas was hungry, man.
Definitely.
That niggas out
still hungry.
Phil was at, so you gotta know you. I already know what type of niggas I got with me.
Definitely.
So when you in position, and you gotta remember this, when you're in position and you the head of it, you gotta make sure you protect your people because they're gonna go if you tell them.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
So I gotta say, nah, I'm good. Not that I ain't worrying about what's gonna be. I'm worrying about niggas going to jail, getting killed.
Definitely.
So it's my job to say, nah, it ain't that serious. We're gonna have to pass. So you gotta make a rational decision instead of making an irrational decision. You know what I'm saying? So if you're the head of any type of situation, you gotta make the right decisions for everybody, not just for yourself.
Definitely.
I'm a getaway. I just don't know if all of them gonna get away.
Got you.
So if all my niggas can't get away, I don't do it. I'll be like, I don't get
Got
away.
you.
The plan don't look like we all getting away. I'm gonna probably get away, you probably gonna get away, but y'all might not get away. So you know what? Let's don't do it till we all can get away.
Right.
So you gotta think like that. And that's just the way it always been for me. I gotta keep it the way I always kept it with my people, you know, like I still fuck with my same people. You see my nigga.
Of course, of course. All the day ones. You put all the day ones through. I'm like all the day ones still around. Definitely.
We got felonies together, man. You talk about
Nah, real shit.
Fucking joke.
Real shit.
But these are the people that helped you on your journey to get there. So if anybody don't go astray and they don't play themselves, you know, you try to help them till they get to whatever it is they doing. You know, so my job is to come back and help whoever that's worthy of helping. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I can't help all the niggas. Some niggas ain't on the same page or the same direction I'm going right now. So I could give you advice. I got to keep it moving. You know, and that's just what it is. So, but I just never felt like I can't fuck with my people. It don't matter how much money you give me. I'm already in.
Definitely.
You know, I can't say, oh, I don't fuck with a nigga. I park my car in the same spot. I go right back to my same block I just left there. You got the footage I just left the block?
That's right.
Same block.
Yeah, they do their podcast.
Nah, I did the podcast before. I pulled up on the block. Of course, I pulled up on the block. I pulled up on my guy. Come on, man.
That's why I'm here. Look, I ain't got to talk long to my nigga Murda. I said, look, Murda, I'm outside. I don't know if you're going to be safe. He said, I'll be right there. Okay,
facts. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
We still have 10 grand and some guns.
That's right, nigga. Being on the run, a nigga on the run. Yeah, this funny guy right here.
Because he be saying 10 grand.
10 grand and some guns.
Because that helped me to this day, right? D, like I just did a deal, right? Shout out to Empire, shout out to Gazi and Nima. I just did a deal for 7 figures, right? I'm about to put out some new music and all that.
Right.
But it be shit like that. For me grinding from that young, fucking with y'all, that I'm able to even do deals like that to this day. Because I know how to move, just sitting back, watching the game. And I was so appreciative. I'm on the run. Like, y'all gave me so much hope because I don't even know what my life would have turned out to be.
Right,
honestly, I'm on the run. I'm motherfucking shooting people out there in Eastern York. It's all crazy. All type of shootouts with the police. It's statute of limitations on that shit now. But 75th Precinct was so crooked. So I don't even know how nigga life would have really turned out. Yeah. So me even going up to y'all, spitting for y'all, and y'all really embracing me and feeling me at that time.
Changed your life.
And giving me some money to go buy some work and some guns to make sure me and my niggas is good.
You know,
it don't get no realer than that, D. It don't get no realer than that, D. No realer than that, D. No realer, nigga.
10 grand, you gonna buy some
10 grand guns, I was a puppy, nigga. I was a puppy. You know what I'm saying? So shit, nigga.
You was hungry though.
And then you got the Ruff Ryders co-sign on top of that. One of the biggest
man.
brands
is my guy,
in the world.
Man.
What's your craziest tour experience? Because I remember the Cash Money Ruff Ryder tour, and I remember 50 being the opening act. How to Rob. You didn't know who we was back then.
Right.
That's crazy. D and was popping. He said,
I'll be there, but I don't be there mentally.
Got you.
Fuck with, because we're on tour and it's just we're blessed to be there and do things. But like, at the end of the day, that tour was all we did, because we did a Cash Money tour. And we did a rock.
The one with Rock, the whole
so we was able
Rockefeller
to do
Rough
those
Rider. That's right.
And tours was good, but this is I see Hov talking about this too. So him and X battled one time, right? This before even one of them had a deal. Nobody had a deal.
Yeah, I remember that battle was viral.
In the Bronx. It was in the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
But the shit was like this. It wasn't really supposed to be a battle, because what happened was my man Mac from my building called me and was like, yo, boom, 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 I'm over here battling, da da da. It was Original Flavors and Harlem Nights, which Dame was managing one of them, and my man Mac was managing. So they
about the Original Flavors group that Hov was in at the time.
He was in the group, so he was just in the group. So he wasn't battling. It was all the other niggas battling. So he was on the side. So my man Mac called me one time, like, yo, D, where you at? Come through. I'm having a battle. And I just happened to have X with me that one time. And I was like, all right, I'll be over there. So we shot over to the Bronx, and we went over there. And I just had X was just with me. He was standing over there. They was over there. X wasn't even involved. So they battling. So they kind of didn't get too far. So Dame had a plan. So he already knew that none of them could fuck with Hov. That'd be the end of that'd be crushing everything at that moment.
Right.
So he already had Hov in the cut. So after that shit got stuck, he was like, you know what? They put Hov on the table. But mind you, X wasn't there to battle. So when he put Hov on the table, I told my nigga Mac. Mac was like, well, I said, put X on the table. Fuck it. I put X on the table. So both of them was going back and forth, and they both was nice, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like, shit, we was in there for about 2 hours probably, back and forth.
Oh, they was going back and forth for 2
hours.
hours?
You could find that battle. That battle was like a big thing. DMX, Jay.
That was crazy.
You could find that.
That
Classic
was dope.
time.
We wound up not recording it at that moment. My brother wound up telling nigga, turn the cameras off, nigga. We got too much going on right now.
Wow, oh shit. That was wild, Paul. Wild, that was wild.
I was like, yo, turn the camera off, nigga. We ain't in the clear yet. So he turned it off, so we didn't get to record it.
But there was a cipher with Jay and DMX, no?
Yeah. They still kept doing what they do.
Yeah, a little cipher, yeah. But you talking about as far as the battle,
okay.
Yeah. Just turn the camera off, whatever you do. You know?
Oh man, we could have sold that for a couple of million.
You better believe it.
It's okay, you know, we would have got the money, but we'd probably be still up in Attica just getting it released. Nah, nigga, I'm good. Fuck all of it. We all right. Turn that motherfucker off for 2 seconds. We got other shit going on. You talking about rap, nigga. We on the run.
Facts.
Cause X, what was that show that he did? What's the show, Eden, that X did? Was it the biggest show, like 80,000 or something, like way back?
I'm
trying to figure out
what's the name?
Was it Woodstock?
Woodstock.
I think it was Woodstock.
Yeah, that was it.
That was like
Woodstock.
Yes.
Woodstock.
Like, just people gotta understand the gold diamond. That means, if y'all don't know out there, I know a lot of people know 10 million and better. Like,
right.
And for him, that right there was like a classic hip hop performance. It's like X crossed over just with a black crowd. He had a big white crowd, like
definitely. Also,
and then how did he transition to the acting?
You know, the nigga X, he was just a good actor. You know what I'm saying? He just, I guess he must have did that on his own in his room, but they wound up liking him because when you see him perform and his energy, then he wound up reading a couple of scripts, and it's like, oh shit, okay, come on, let's try him. Give him a try, and it worked. I think one of the main ones was The Belly with him and Nas. That was like,
Belly was classic.
That was a classic.
Count that money.
Rest in peace.
Count that money.
Him and Aaliyah had a classic movie too. Yeah, they had a classic one.
But it's to me, Belly had the most. He was the star.
Of course,
Belly.
he turned it up.
You know what I mean? That nigga was bugging in Belly. Nigga gonna like that shit. Take a red light. Do what I want. That nigga was like the most animated, crazy rapper, bro. When you really think about it.
Nah, X was that nigga, man.
X just knew. He's just an actor. Some niggas know how to act. You know what I'm saying? So he was a good actor. Plus, we kept all them niggas grounded. Like, you know what I'm saying? You stunting and fronting and all that, nigga. That's not what we doing.
Definitely.
I always try to give my artists, and they don't get in the shit because the shit gonna escalate. If it escalate, you might not have a career. Just know that. I mean, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't think that this gonna end always good. So try to alleviate the bullshit, because it's definitely gonna go where you don't want it to go.
Definitely.
You don't got no control after a moment. Excuse me, we're gonna figure this out. So you try not to even create them situations.
Right.
I don't even want no problems because I know how to shit end.
Right.
I just don't even want no problems. We ain't doing that. Let's leave that alone. It's not that serious. We're gonna keep it moving. That's not worth us, or you going to jail or him going to jail. It's just not worth it. So you gotta stay positive and keep moving. When nigga ain't positive, I can't even fuck with him at this point.
Definitely.
So what's the future for the brand? I know y'all got clothes, y'all got motorcycle fucking chapters. I know there's probably a lot of unreleased DMX music. I know there's a lot the way he write music.
We still, you know, with X, we just, what was I just doing with X? I just spoke with his Desiree, which is his Exodus mother, his baby mother.
Okay.
And she's doing something because she owns the rights to everything. So he left everything else. So we just trying to, they trying to do a series with him on something. So she's handling that, putting something together with X. And we working on some new music with the label and everything over there. My brother and them handling that, but I handle most of my podcast shit. I'm on that right this second.
Definitely.
The block talk and I shot about.
We gotta get.
I shot you, nigga.
Of course, I know what's going on, man. You had everybody on the motherfucking block talk.
I gotta get up on there.
Yeah, we gotta go on there, man. We're gonna come on there together, man. We gonna
pull up.
Pause.
Look, I'm gonna test your ability, man. You can't talk crazy because if you ain't coming out this. Yep, Murda pulled right up. Look, niggas, I don't know who gonna come around.
I want to be there then.
Well,
I want to. Matter of fact, let me come over there right after.
I said, Murda, I don't know. He said, I'll be right there. Jump. I said, that's what I'm talking about, man.
You know how we roll.
I watched it. I think I seen Birdman come there.
Birdman, yeah.
A lot of people came to show love, man.
It's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't comfortable, don't come.
Shout.
If you're uncomfortable, don't come. I can't guarantee you a nigga ain't gonna run and run up on you because it ain't like that. I don't got no security or nothing out there. I just got niggas out there.
Definitely.
And you know, if you ain't what you say you are, don't come. I'm telling you, just do that for yourself.
Definitely. You know what I wanted to ask you too, D? Just because me knowing you, right? How much? Because shit, you call me every time you see me doing something good. Like, yo, my nigga, I see you. Good shit. Yeah. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, right? How did you feel when at the Verzuz, like just seeing the LOX handle their business? Like how did that make you feel? Like knowing like these my young pups and they handle their business.
You know what? That I was sitting there, but I was down on stage. But what happened was, you know, you get to see them grow. That's the big part when you get to see people grow and see them turn from boys to men.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get to see them, they men. So I got the chance to watch them grow and become to be good men, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they know, you know, they come up on the real shit, so they know, like, look, don't do that. That ain't gonna stick right. Don't do that if you ain't willing to go all the way. So they don't do the shit like talking about niggas and all that clown shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's not probably what they're gonna do because even though they grown, they still gonna get a call like, what's up? What's that all about, my nigga? I mean, you still gotta answer.
Of course.
To a degree, you know what I'm saying? I ain't in your everyday life, but when it gets to when it gets out of hand and shit might escalate, you need to stop that so it don't go no further.
Mm-hmm.
Or you know, you got to be wise about your battles or who you want to beef with over dumb shit. That ain't worth beefing over. Leave that alone. It's not that serious.
Thanks.
So it's all good, you know. Family, everybody do what they do. They grown men, and as long as you know how to count. That's all that matters.
Count that motherfucking money, nigga, right? Count that money.
Yeah,
right?
nigga. Look, nigga come back talking about, just I'll be like, so what is it? Count it again.
Facts.
Talking about, I think, nigga talking about, how much is that? Yeah, I think it's 10. Count it again.
Count it again.
Just because you said I think. You think.
Count that money.
Yeah. Tell them to go back. Count that over, man. Tell me, I think, nigga. Count it again.
Real shit. Real shit.
But it's a blessing for me to be able to be here and fuck with y'all, and definitely you.
Appreciate you, man.
Growing
Appreciate
up,
you coming out today, man.
Yeah. I seen what y'all niggas did too, though. On that plane.
Oh man, go ahead, D. Go ahead, D.
It wasn't the wrong thing. It was self-defense.
It was self-defense. You know,
but you know what? Because I'm good. I'm good with everybody. I'm good with y'all. I'm good with Irv. I'm good with Prince. I'm Cream. All of that. I'm good with everybody.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we just got to know as black people that we can't crash out over dumb shit.
Of course,
we let it start because it ain't that serious. Because if it was that serious, for me, look. That's why I don't get in beef, because ain't nobody gonna be around too long talking about no beef 20 years. I ain't, we gotta figure this out. I'm uncomfortable.
Definitely.
but it's just disagreements and little things here and there. So we've run into little situations like that, but we don't want to fuck up the money.
Of course, man. Of course we can't fuck up the money, man. Of course.
Can't fuck up the money. Because we play ourselves and we'd be stuck.
I almost had a flashback though, D. I almost had a flashback.
I'm glad you flashed back in.
Yeah, yes, correct.
Flashback
correct.
in.
I almost had a flashback.
Flashback in.
Yeah, I was about to spaz. I almost was about to go straight to East New York.
Flashback in, Murda.
Almost, man, but it was all.
Flashback in,
we
man.
made the right business
you
decision.
dropped plenty of jewels, man. Appreciate you coming through.
We appreciate your brothers.
Love, man.
Ruff Ryders in the
Ruff
fucking
Ryders
building.
legend, D
Rest
in the
peace,
building. You know the
DMX,
vibes, man.
You know the vibes. Yeah.
Yeah, we here.
Yeah. Wow, what up?
Blackout.
Yeah.